Hello, I'm David Groninger in Seattle, Washington. Today is, it's Tuesday, December 15th, 2015, 10 days before Christmas. Well, each day I ask myself the question, what might I say in a 10-minute message that might help 10 million people? Well, I've got my alarm clock set to actually go off in about 8 minutes from now, and that's to teach me to shorten my talks so I can maybe say the most important things the soonest and maybe get the messages down to just 5 minutes. So each day I ask myself, well, what could I say in maybe just 5 or 10 minutes that might help 5 or 10 million people? I write down all the answers, and then I try to pick something that I might talk about. Usually these are things that I've thought about for some time and that I'm just somehow remembering about, and finally time to talk about it. So today the idea that came to mind is this. It's actually an exercise that I do every morning to kind of prepare myself for the day. Sometimes I do it the night before and it's still fresh for the next day. And it's an exercise where I prepare myself emotionally for the whole day. What I do in this exercise is I imagine, I pretend that I have everything in life that I want. All of my dreams have come true and are coming true. Everything in life that I want to experience, I'm experiencing or have experienced. Every material possession I'd like to own or somehow be a part of or experience, I'm doing that. The accomplishments, the love I want to give and receive, everything. And the key of this exercise is capturing the emotion, the feeling, the passion, the emotion that's connected with these things. Because once you have that feeling, then you complete the exercise, but you still have the feeling, usually. And now you start your day. You eat breakfast. You get in the car, go to work, perform the work duties, drive the car home again, typically. And here's the thing: when you do this exercise, the more and more you do it, the longer throughout the day, this ideal feeling or this good feeling, these good feelings, are able to kind of, run through everything. They kind of overflow into your experiences. And I find also that by feeling good, this good feeling, it seems to attract, it might not attract the identical experiences that you're, imagining or pretending in this exercise you do first thing in the morning. However, it might attract similar experiences. In other words, it might attract people and events and into your life during that day that at least support a good feeling. So what does it matter if it wasn't the identical person that you pictured in in your imagination, or the identical event? Some other event happened that made you feel just as good because you were attracted to it, or maybe it was somehow, or the person was somehow drawn to you because of your good feeling. Originally, I got this idea or this exercise from a book written in the 1980s by Arnold Patent called You Can Have It All. And there was a chapter in the book called The Ideal Feeling Exercise. And it's just an exercise where you can maybe start the day or do it any time during the day, where you kind of recreate or kind of feel what your ideal feeling is. And the way that I most easily do this exercise is I just pretend that I'm going through whatever kind of experience might be the most ideal or the most fun or the most noble, dignified, or passionate, or crazily fun, or most successful beyond even reality kinds of experiences. And I really note the emotion, and the feelings of where I might feel in my body, in my solar plexus, in my head, whatever I might feel the feeling, I try to remember, hey, that's something connected with that part of the body. The good feeling there is somehow connected with this experience that I want to have, or the quality of feeling that's connected with this experience. So Arnold Patent calls it, the ideal day exercise, or the ideal feeling exercise. And it's the idea of how you can have ideal days. So I do this exercise in the morning, and to me, I go far beyond what is normal, far beyond what I might ever hope to really accomplish. In my imagination, I might start the day traveling back into time and having lunch with the Queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, and we might take a ride on the Nile River in one of her fancy boats, and then take a walk in the shade somewhere and talk about life and maybe do a few other things as well. And there are other famous people in life. Maybe Lady Godiva. As soon as she comes back from that horse ride, she gets off the horse and says, "Hey Dave, let's go have a picnic in the woods." And she has this great, organic, vegan, vegetarian food that she's prepared, and we go have a picnic. Me and Lady Godiva. Or whatever the fantasy might be. It might be, winning the lottery, getting the Nobel Peace Prize, or even some fairly realistic things like I play the piano. It's behind me on the screen. You don't see it. Maybe perfecting the next piece, or the piece that I really want to perform. I'm learning it well, and I imagine playing it in front of many people, and imagine creating a very positive and inspirational experience by way of playing that piece. So it's a way of might call it mental programming, pre-playing, visualizing, bringing alive the dream, actualizing the seeds of your desire, however you call it. The action of it, the process, is just committing to a particular amount of time each day, whether it be the morning or some other time, and imagining that you're going through whatever you want. Ask yourself the question, how could you make this day the best day possible? Or what would your most ideal experience look like and feel like? And how could you feel that right now? Ask yourself these questions. And if you do this exercise in a journal, and you keep a separate journal for this, you'll discover probably that there's some consistency. Well, what do you know? That's my 8-minute mark, so I'm going to wrap up soon. But the message today is simply this. Create, before you even start your day, in your imagination, the emotion, the feeling connected with everything you want to accomplish. One of the benefits of that is this. Let's say you create this very, very beautiful feeling connected with, being abundant, not only in, the material things, but in the non-material of love, affection, and good friendship, and a great spiritually awakened kind of self, the non-physical as well. So you imagine these things, and you're on your way to work, and maybe, what do you know, you get a flat tire, and it's going to cost you money, have to get your car towed, whatever it might be. But if you've already experienced the emotion of being very abundant economically, you're not nearly as concerned about paying a few $100s for an accident, for a flat tire that you didn't expect. Or you go to work and you discover that you're not going to get the raise that you were hoping for, but in your imagination, you're already a multimillionaire. So what does it matter that you're going to make, $5,000 a year less at your job when you have the feeling of a multimillionaire? You see, it makes any of the disappointments less disappointing. Furthermore, this ideal feeling, when you have it with you throughout the day, and it might not last throughout the day, but the more you do this exercise, the longer you tend to carry it, and the more it tends to continually reawaken during your day. It also attracts a lot of good things. The good feelings you have attract people who like people that have good feelings, because their good feelings are somehow, connected or awakened or inspired to want to connect with you. So some of the actual experiences that motivate your good feeling might also, you might also find better access or somehow contact people related to these experiences specifically. So that's the message today. Start your day in an imagination, in an exercise of the imagination, where you are within your little inner world, living everything you wanted to live, and you are very fulfilled. The key of all this is a state of emotional fulfillment, of extreme satisfaction. Not the kind of satisfaction that makes you not want to have anything more, the kind of satisfaction that just makes you feel good. So all the rest of the good that wants to come to you, during the day, it seems normal. It doesn't seem too good to be true. It seems normal because it merely follows what you've set in motion in your imagination. Now, your actual day might be completely opposite from your little dream world. Well, you can still figure out, how to better manage the situations in the day. And by having this dream world exercise, it'll just offer you the contrast of the things that happen during the day that you do not want. It'll make you more aware. It'll help you see those all the more clearly, so you can do something about them. So it's not a magical exercise where the imagination, inevitably manifests itself. It's more like an exercise where you're setting a direction for your emotional energy. You're setting like a thermostat, or you're setting like a barometer, however you call it. You're setting a particular level of the quality of how you feel about things. And then you carry that through your day. Do this regularly, and I think you'll discover a lot of fun little miracles. So that's my talk today. Thank you very much for listening. This is David Groninger in Seattle, Washington, on a rather chilly December night, just 10 days away from Christmas, saying thank you.